Hey guys, right here I have a 2014 Renault MEGANE 1.5 dCi Dynamique TomTom. And today I'm going to make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here is the key card. Let's go ahead and start it up first. You can manually activate the headlights just by pressing this button, and to turn it off, press the same button again. The key card is very unique in a world of key fobs and flip keys and whatnot, since it is quite thin, almost the size of a credit card. The MEGANE Dynamique TomTom does come standard with Renault's version of a smart keyless entry and start system. So, just have the key card on yourself. The car is currently unlocked. Press this black button to lock the car, press it once to lock the car, and press it 2 times to activate the deadlocking system. And to unlock the car, wait a while and press the black button again. This MEGANE does have a 6-speed manual transmission, and to start, make sure the key card is inside the car. You can put your foot on either the clutch or the brake, or both at the same time. And then press this start button mounted down here. The third generation MEGANE comes with an electric rack and pinion power steering system. Standard on the Dynamique TomTom trim is a leather-wrapped steering wheel with sport grips at the 10 and 2 o'clock positions. When paired to the 1.5 dCi 110 engine, buyers of the MEGANE have a choice of either a 6-speed manual as seen in this car, or a 6-speed efficient dual-clutch EDC transmission. With the manual transmission, auto start-stop is standard. The engine produces 20 Nm more torque over the EDC, and at the same time, fuel consumption and emissions are lower. To engage reverse for the manual transmission, pull the catch just below the gear knob and push the gear lever all the way to the left and up. Shifting into reverse, activate the Dynamique TomTom's standard rear parking sensors. The gear knob does have chrome on the top, and the base of the gear lever and the parking brake is covered in leather as well. In terms of safety, the MEGANE Dynamique TomTom does get 6 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, electronic stability control, anti-skid regulation, understeer logic control, hill start assist, tire pressure monitoring system, an alarm system with immobilizer, deadlocking, Renault anti-intruder device automatic door locking system, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the outer 2 rear seats. Alright, let's turn on the hazards, lights, front and rear fog lights, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window. The bonnet release is located to the left of the front passenger's footwell. The MEGANE Dynamique TomTom does come standard with 16-inch Kaleido alloy rims. The rims on this car are wrapped in Michelin Energy Saver 205/55 R16 tires. The brakes are ventilated discs in front and solid discs out back. The front suspension gets McPherson struts, while the rear gets a semi-rigid axle tree setup. Renault first introduced the Megane in 1995 as a successor to the Renault 19. The Megane is positioned as Renault's C-segment offering, with various body styles on offer. Since 1995, 4 generations have been produced so far, with the latest generation, also known as the MEGANE IV, debuting at the 2015 Frankfurt Motor Show for the 2016 model year. The third generation MEGANE III is the Megane that you see in the video. Introduced in 2008, the MEGANE III had its first facelift in 2012 with updates to keep it competitive, and the second facelift was carried out for 2014 that altered the front end to keep it in line with the latest Renault products. The MEGANE III is still in production until the MEGANE IV goes on sale. This Megane gets a 1.5-litre, single overhead cam, 8 valves, turbo diesel inline-4 engine with common rail direct injection. Dubbed the K9K engine by Renault, this engine produces 110 horsepower at 4000 rpm and 260 Nm of torque at 1750 rpm. With the 6-speed manual, 0 to 62 miles per hour or 0 to 100 km per hour takes 12.1 seconds, and the top speed is rated at 118 miles per hour or 190 km per hour. With a tank carrying 60 liters of diesel, combined fuel consumption for the Megane 1.5 dCi 110 manual is 80.7 miles per gallon or 3.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Carbon dioxide emissions is 90 grams per kilometer, and the Megane is front-wheel drive. Since the Megane III's UK launch in 2008, a huge number of engines, trim levels and transmission choices have been made available. All the 4 body styles for the Megane III, which includes a 5-door hatchback, a 3-door coupe, a 2-door coupe cabriolet, and a 5-door sport tourer estate are on sale in the UK. As mentioned earlier, 2 facelifts were on the Megane III, with the second facelift on sale from March 2014 onwards. A full list of current Megane III 5-door hatchback variants on sale in the UK is listed out in the description box below this video. Exterior features of the Megane Dynamique TomTom includes automatic manual leveling halogen projector headlights, automatic wipers, LED daytime running lights, front and rear fog lights, rear parking sensors, indicators on the side mirrors, and body-colored door handles and side mirrors.
You do have some storage down there together with your speaker right there. And right here you do have your mirror controls, window controls. All of the windows in this car are fully automatic in both directions. And right here you do have the button to activate the electronic child locks and window locks for the rear doors. Right here, this lever allows you to adjust the level of the headlight. This lever allows you to adjust the brightness of the interior. This button allows you to turn off the vehicle's traction control system. And this button allows you to turn on or off the vehicle's auto start-stop system. If you do have the system activated, the engine will momentarily shut off when you arrive at a stop, such as a traffic light or a traffic jam, to save that extra bit of petrol or diesel depending on what the car is running on. Interestingly enough, you do have a bit of storage right here. And the driver's seat in this MEGANE Dynamique TomTom does get full manual adjustments. This knob controls your seat back. This lever controls your seat height. And this bar down here controls your seat position. You do have manual lumbar support adjusted via the lever right there, if you can see it. Alright. So let's go ahead and see how she revs. The MEGANE Dynamique TomTom does come standard with a dual-zone automatic climate control system with all of your controls located right here. It is quite simple to use. You do have your fan speed, different fan modes, different modes, recirculation, front and rear defrost, air conditioning, off button, driver's side temperature, and your passenger side temperature. Right below the hazard light switch, you do have the button for your electronic central locking system. And right down here, you do have a bit of storage, a cup holder. You do have a slot to insert the key card if you do not want it lying around. And you do have a power outlet right here as well.
The MEGANE Dynamique TomTom does have an integrated head unit as standard. This system features Caminet TomTom Live satellite navigation, various media connectivity options, a 5.8-inch color display, and 6 speakers for the sound system.
For a stock sound system, the speakers in the Megane do sound quite decent. However, there is not much bass response from the speakers. The display is actually controlled using your set of controls down here. For the navigation part, you do have your two option buttons, your back button, your map button, destination button, info button, menu button, your brightness adjustment button, as well as your repeat or mute button. You also do have this knob that goes up, down, left, right, scrolls to the left, scrolls to the right, and clicks down for enter. This car does come with navigation, it's just that the SD card is not inserted, so it does say no maps found right there. For the media part of the display, all of the controls are located below the climate control panel. You do have your CD player, it is MP3 compatible, USB and auxiliary ports, your volume knob, power button, your radio button allows you to go to your FM AM menus, your media button allows you to go to your different media options. You do have CD, auxiliary, USB and Bluetooth audio streaming. You do have your tuning knob right here, back button, setup button, eject for the CD player, your telephone button, your 6 customizable stations, as well as your seat track buttons. Now if you hit the setup button, you can bring up a list of settings for your audio, phone, resetting the system back to factory settings, language and Bluetooth connection settings. Under audio, you do have your balance and fader, your bass boost, musical atmosphere, your bass treble, your preset equalizers, adaptation volume, and your random selection of tracks. Under phone settings, you can add contacts, put on hold, activating Bluetooth, and all that. Under your Bluetooth connection, you can select your paired device, and obviously language, you can change your language. Once in your setup menu, you actually use this knob to navigate through the menus and hit the return button to go back to the previous menu. On the steering wheel spokes, you do have your cruise control and speed limiter controls. To activate the cruise control or speed limiter, the switch is actually right next to the parking brake. On the left stalk, you do have your light and indicator controls. On the top right stalk, you do have your wiper controls, and if you locate the buttons at the end of the wiper stalk, you can actually control your multi-information display located within the instrument cluster. Right now, you do have your mileage and trip meter, vehicle messages, settings menu. You can set your locks, your rear parking sensors, parking sensor volume, language, and all that. Tire pressure monitoring system, average speed, distance travel, range, average fuel consumption, the amount of fuel used, and back to your mileage and trip meter. In the middle, you do have your digital speedometer as well as digital readouts for your engine temperature and fuel gauge. And to the left, you do have an analog rev counter. On the bottom right stalk, you do have your audio controls. With your volume, the button in the middle of the volume controls is for your on-hook, off-hook buttons for the Bluetooth telephone system. It also doubles up as your mute button. Right above, you do have your telephone button where you can access your Bluetooth telephone menu on the infotainment display. And right here, you can select your different media source via this button. Right behind the controls, you do have a seat track wheel. The steering wheel in this car is tilt and telescopic. You adjust it using this lever right here. front center armrest with storage down below. Manual dimming, rear view mirror. And you do have your interior lights right above. Sun visor for the driver's side does get a vanity mirror. Alright. So I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now. And continue with the rest of the tour. You do have your window control right there with some storage down below, as well as your speaker. I did set the driver's seat to a position that I would feel comfortable in. I'm about 5'7", which is about 1.7 meters tall. There is actually quite a bit of room to stretch out my feet underneath the driver's seat. I do get about this much legroom and about this much headroom. It is actually not that spacious back here, but at least the seats are nice and soft. You do get storage pockets on the front seat backs, a bit of storage in the middle. And right down here, you do have a power outlet. No rear center armrest for this one, but you do get grip handles with hooks on the ceiling for both sides at the back. Your rear interior lights. The Megane does get a capless fuel filling system. To open up the rear hatch, go towards the rear hatch itself and locate a touchpad right beneath this portion right here.
The Megane hatchback gets a 372-litre boot with the rear seats in place. Fold the rear seats away and remove the cargo cover to increase the boot space to 1,162 litres. To the left of the boot is a light that illuminates the area, and underneath the boot floor is a 33-litre storage area.
do get adjustable headrests front and rear. The rear seats in the Megane do fold down. They split 60-40 when folding, and to fold them down, first flip the seat bases forward. Then make sure the headrests are all the way down. Then locate the levers on either sides of the headrests, pull it, and then flip the seat back down. You can move the seat belt out of the way if you did not want the seat belt obstructing you. You do get your window control right there, with some storage down below, and your speaker right there. Like on the driver's side, you do get a bit of storage down here as well. The front passenger seat does get full manual adjustments as well. It just loses out on the height adjustment and lumbar support as found on the driver's side. The glove box in the Megane is actually quite small. You only have this area right here, but it does extend quite far in. You do have a smaller storage area right here as well. Grip handle for the front passenger. And the front passenger's sun visor does get a vanity mirror as well. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed. Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2014 Renault MEGANE 1.5 dCi Dynamique TomTom. Thanks for watching and goodbye.